Joining me now is our friend Andrew Weissmann. He's the former general counsel at the FBI and former chief of the criminal division in the Eastern District of New York. Andrew, the circumstances around this motion to dismiss have been completely insane, but it's not over yet. You have a new post actually out on Substack where you kind of talk about what could happen from here. One of them relies on the judge, but what are kind of some of the options of what could happen next to stop this?
Sure. So I think the one thing that I'm keeping my eye out for is what DA Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney, does, because if this case is dismissed federally, this could be the second time that we see DA Bragg bringing a case where the feds have essentially faltered because they did so in connection, obviously, with the Trump case, and they did so successfully. The second thing is, the Department of Justice filed this motion to dismiss the charges, but a judge has to approve it. And that is where I think there will be fireworks. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty confident there will be. And for a number of reasons. One, as you said, you are seeing the extortion scheme or the quid pro quo out loud. And a judge does not have to go along with that. Two, the judge, I think, very much will be concerned about Emile Beauvais' sort of what I would say is evolving and conflicting stories about why he's doing what he's doing. And he could ask him to come in and testify under oath. Three, Beauvais has threatened to have investigations of the people who have resigned. And I could see Judge Ho being very concerned about that. And essentially, if he thinks that they've done nothing wrong, really kind of having their back and saying, I want a hearing where I'm going to make decisions about what happened here. And people can, can take an oath and put their right hand up and swear to the truth. Final point on that, remember that at the meeting that Danielle Sassoon says she had with Eric Adams and Beauvais in Washington, she drops this footnote that says, guess what? When my people were taking notes, Emile Beauvais ended the meeting by saying, don't take notes, and I want them back. Who does that? Who does that? So the judge can say, bring the notes with you.
There's so many things to watch on this crazy case. I mean, one of the things that's also been striking to me, and I know to you because I've heard you talk about it, is that he still left the possibility open that these charges could still be filed again in the future. And it's important to remind people, because it feels like 3 weeks has been a year, that Trump had pardoned a lot of people. He could have pardoned Eric Adams, right? But he chose not to. How have you thought about that?
Well, there's only one explanation. I mean, Beauvais has his story about how the case was brought too close to the primary. That's just an absurd argument, and Judge Ho can hear from him. What's really going on is they don't want Eric Adams just on a tight leash. They want him on a choke collar. And you saw on TV it working. And not only did Eric Adams say, I'm sort of conceding and giving New York City over to ICE agents to do these kinds of arrests in the city, but I want to make sure people understand that is against local law. So you have a mayor of the city of New York who is under indictment. He is out on bail saying that I am going to permit the ICE agents, and with my blessing, violate local law. He has no authority to do that. So the whole thing really stinks to high heaven, to put a fine point on it.
No question about it. A choke collar, or however you described it, is quite something to remember. Andrew Weissmann, thank you so much. Always love talking to you. I know you've been explaining this all week.